All right, everybody's shy. I guess my question is that we've been looking at romantic comedies recently over the last couple of years, most notably 500 Days of Summer, which I thought was really good. Your story is actually almost taking it to the next level now. We're talking about divorce and a couple remaining friends. What is the film, you know, what is the actual story trying to tell audiences about modern day relationships?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I actually was thinking about this yesterday because somebody was asking me about When Harry Met Sally, and the question there is, can men and women be friends, right? And weirdly, they ask the question the whole movie, and then they kind of answer it, and the answer is no, because they end up together.
Yeah, they do.
So they can't really be friends.
Yeah.
And I guess our question is kind of like, can you be friends with your ex? And also, can you smoothly sail from being with somebody to being friends with somebody? And I personally think the answer is no. You need a little bit of time to heal and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the even bigger question is, you know, if you love somebody and you're with them, does it necessarily mean that you're meant to be together forever? Does it mean that you're supposed to marry that person? Does it mean you're supposed to stay with that person? Is love enough, really, you know?
It was a fun part.
So you guys talked about, you're talking about Andy Samberg. I have a two-part question, and you'll love this. I want you to talk about the experience of working with Andy and what he brought to the project, and also personally for you, your father, and I was thinking about when you were discussing your relationship, Will, that your father and the way he's had relationships, has that had an impact on you and on the way that you have relationships or friendships with the opposite sex?
Well, Andy and I being friends, I think, added a lot of value to the movie, to our chemistry in the movie, and also just Andy being who he is, and he's so likable, and people know him for such a specific type of work that he bought us so much before people even sit down to watch the film, in a way. So when you land there and you're like, oh, there's Andy Samberg, and we know what we need to know about him, then you can go for the more of like the heartbreak ride, because you've gotten all that stuff out of the way. And it also was so, like we were saying earlier, like, it's just so exciting to watch, and Andy's never gotten to do anything like this before. And he's had it in him, and he kept saying to me, I'm right, I can do this, and he was right, he did it. Yeah. And he did it in front of us, and he broke my heart. We were acting together, and he was breaking my heart, and to see somebody do that, you know, in front of you, it's really exciting
to
watch somebody get really good at something in real time. Yeah. As far as my dad, I don't know, and my dad is a romantic, you know, he's had a lot of relationships. My parents were very much in love when I was growing up, and I think part of me has that, a little bit of like romance about that, but they also got divorced, and I understand that, you know, everything's up for negotiation, everything's up for change, you know. And thank God my parents are divorced. I love them both so much. They're so different, and they're really good friends now. But I can't even imagine them together anymore. So it's a good thing. I know, I can't even believe that there was a time that they were similar enough to hang out like that. And they were really in love. But, you know.
70s.
It's the 70s. Everybody was in love.
I've watched a lot of the films that you make, and you're really wonderful as like the wife, the significant other. Is this literally the arc that you're looking at, or the roles that you're looking at either creating or actually doing, or is there something else that you would like to do, to pursue?
Well, I definitely feel lucky to have found a way to be pigeonholed, because that means you've kind of made it if you have the thing that people go to you for. And it probably is some reflection of my personality. Like, I'm a pretty dependable friend and a good listener, and that's kind of the characters that I play. But I definitely am in danger of becoming wallpaper, and I think that part of it, you know, will, you know, also very generously wrote with me this part where I get to be something different. I get to be kind of unlikable and, you know,
real,
yeah, and like just deeply flawed, and I gotta change a little bit. I think I probably have to go play some kind of serial killing drug addict at this point, because I don't think I could do like any more wives and girlfriends and best friends that are just like cheery.
It's hard though, I think, for women. It's like, you know, if you don't write it yourself, often I feel like women do get relegated to the wife or the girlfriend.
Yeah.
And, you know, we really wrote this part for Rashida so she can spread her wings a little bit, and it was really exciting to watch. It was fun. I mean, Celeste is usually the part for the guy,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, or had been in the past. Now
Yeah.
there's a lot.
And as you said, you know, there is this. It's frustrating that it's like has to be a renaissance, but there is this thing now where it's like acceptable. You can write your own material as a woman. You can, you know, you can like be the guy part, and people are like, oh my god, it's a new trend. But and that's upsetting. But you know, it's like we gotta go with it.